We have lots of cruise tours from Moscow to St. Petersburg, for example. This is the most popular route. We have a tour from Moscow to Astrakhan, to the south. Astrakhan is the place where caviar is coming from. But caviar, black caviar, is actually a problem in Moscow and Russia because, well, not easy to buy it. In normal supermarket, they don't sell it anymore. Because the sturgeon is extinct, so it's a big problem.
Yeah, aeroplane on the river situation at all?
No, that's one of those things you go along.
So this river is called the Moskva. The Moskva is the only big river in Moscow. So every time you see a big river, be sure it's the Moskva. The Moskva gave its name to the city. What it means, actually, we don't know. There are several versions, all of them quite exotic. Exotic, one of them says that Moskva means the river of the cow. Second one, the river of the bear, female bear. Then there is a version that Moskva is a curvy river. And then another version says that it's like a bomb in a damp, low place. Moskva is not a very big river, 500 kilometers long. And on the right, we are passing the main building of the station. Unfortunately, it's in very poor state now, but it's a pity because it's a monument of architecture, of Soviet architecture of the year 30. And what is extremely interesting about the stars in 1935, but 2 years later, they decided to change metal stars for ruby stars, for actual ones. And one of those stars came here, and so here. So this is the story of the building. It was built in the year 30. In the park by the riverside station, you'll see lots of flowers. In summer, now it's not summer yet, but $800 per month, or 400 pounds. So for us, it's also, if you're young, if you don't have a very big salary, it's also not so easy. So this is one of Moscow's main problems, and the second problem is maybe the first similar buildings, yellow buildings with columns. These are the entrances to the metro station.
Look at
This is a quite an old one, the year 20 here. Luzhniki was built in the year 50, the only gypsy theater in the world.
That's top one.
On the right there is a brick building, red and yellow. This is the biscuit factory, Bolshevik.
That's right, there was a biscuit.
Do you remember when we drove past the biscuit factory?
Chocolate.
We have a chocolate factory, several chocolate factories. The best one is called Red October. Very Soviet name.
If you want something for Hunter, Red October. You love that,
Now, on the right, you'll see a green building. It's one of Moscow train stations, the Belaruski train station.
Could be a bank drop in.
On the right. From here, you can travel to Belarus, Germany, Czech Republic, Belgium, and so on and so forth.
Oh my God.
It's not the biggest one, but it's one of them, just one of them. And on the left, there is a white church. This is a church built, well, in the very beginning of the 20th century. And what is interesting about this church, it belongs to a special Orthodox church. We have two Orthodox churches in Russia, because there was a schism. The church broke in two in the 17th century. So there appeared. Huh? Some judge.
Or a referee.
The referee. Ah.
Bald-headed. Kalina, yeah.
In Russian, the word judge and referee is the same.
Oh, right.
Judge, I say, what
So
judge?
judge the
Now we are entering the very center of Moscow. On the left, this is the State Duma, the lower chamber of the parliament, like the House of Commons.
How many black motors are
And in a few moments on the left, you'll see the famous Bolshoi. But it's under reconstruction, it's closed.
Oh.
So I think you will not recognize it.
Cool, blimey.
That big building under reconstruction. The famous Bolshoi Theater. This is the so-called theater square. There are several theaters in the square. And on the right, there is a guy with a crown on his head, Karl Marx. Karl Marx.
I'm proud about it.
Probably the most respected communist person.
After Fidel Castro.
In Russia, we had three communist leaders, Lenin, Marx, and Engels. They were always painted together. Left, this is the museum, the Polytechnical Museum. Почему?
I'm on the bus.
Он прикрепился, как они описывают, так что они же
Oh, look at that. Through the radio.
So, in front there is a garden called the Garden of St. Elijah.
Okay, cheers.
And with a small chapel. This chapel was built in the years 80 of the 19th century to commemorate the deed of of Russian soldiers who fought in Bulgaria against Turkish army. And on the right, these three buildings are the ex-premises of the Communist Party. You see a nice church in front on the left, the Church of All Saints, that dates back to the 16th, 17th century. Now we're entering the street of St. Barbara. This is probably the most ancient street of Moscow. And here you see lots of churches. The first one is the Church of St. George, 17th century. And the bell tower is new. Well, it's rather new. It dates back to the 19th century. The next complex is the Monastery of the Sign. Behind it there is a ruin. Yeah, this was Russia Hotel, but it's gone. The biggest hotel of Europe. And you can see the red bell tower of the monastery, a white church of St. Maximus, and the last pink church is the Church of St. Barbara. And now we're coming to Great Square,